Before we get started inside of Photoshop, I just want to make sure that you have your system configured properly. The first order of business is to download the exercise files from our website. Now, if you're watching this video from our website, on the course page, just click on the Exercise Files tab. From there, you can click Course Files. It will download a zip file which you can extract to your desktop. When you extract it to your desktop, a directory called PSD to HTML will appear. If you go ahead and open it, you can see that there's 4 different directories within that folder. Blank is going to be the working folder where you're going to write all your HTML, CSS, and save all of your assets. The complete folder is the completed version of all the work that you're going to be doing in this course. The design monoplate folder is a PSD file that contains the layout for the monoplate website. In order for you to open this PSD file, you need to make sure that you have the custom fonts that are being used within the layout installed on your system. You can do that by opening up the custom font directory, taking these files, and placing them within the fonts folder for your system. Now, I would make a copy. I wouldn't move them because we're going to use these a little bit later on for something else. So copy them into your fonts directory. Once you have all that set up, you're ready to open up the Photoshop file. But before we go into Photoshop, I also want you to define a site within Dreamweaver or create a project within some other HTML editor. So I'm going to go through the process of defining a site within Dreamweaver. Here I am in Dreamweaver CS6. If you're using an earlier version of Dreamweaver, that should be fine. Just come up to the Site menu. Under the Site menu, you can choose New Site. I'm going to go ahead and call this site PSD to HTML. And the local site folder is going to be that folder inside of the PSD to HTML directory. If you go ahead and click that little folder icon, navigate to the desktop, find PSD to HTML, and of course we have that blank directory that I told you was going to be essentially our working directory. Go ahead and open that and then select it. Then you can go ahead and click Save. Once you click Save, you should be able to confirm inside the Files panel that you do in fact have that folder set as the site's local folder. Inside there is a file called index.html, and then there's an includes directory that has several other directories. So that's going to be our working file structure. Again, if you're working with something like Aptana Studio or some other HTML editor and you need to define a project, go through the process in that editor to set up that folder just like I did here inside of Dreamweaver. So that's about it. That's all you need. You need to have an HTML editor pointing to this blank directory, and you need to make sure that you have these custom fonts installed within your system. If that's the case, you're ready to start working inside of Photoshop, which is exactly what we're going to do in the next movie.